Painting has always occupied a significant part of my life. At the age of 18, I started my university life with my love for art, but the reality differs from what I expected. As an undergraduate, I majored in visual communication and branding. Visual communication through branding design is strict with the patterns, which even felt suffering for me. Throughout my undergraduate years, I often gave up my ideas to follow my teacher's advice in order to receive higher score in each course. Your illustration is too childish, which is not the style of a brand designer. You should make the packaging that makes the user's experience well. After that, all of my works were disconnected with each other and messy. Although the grades were more than enough at the end, I didn't feel enough. I was seriously anxious that my result will not satisfy my teachers. And at that time, I became mentally ill and started to withdraw from school. When I was out of school, I tried to draw my dreams with some illustrations and started to study about the occult. I tried to get away from the attention of the public and describe one story after another with the pure joy in me and my passion for painting. With the support of my friend, I drew an animation about death education, which was the first time for me to face the death of my realities in my own way. After graduation, I took part in the creative market by chance and met a lot of interesting people. This was also the first time for me to present my spontaneously creative works to the public, and I found my works were better than acceptable. Draw whatever I want in my personal style and let people to see the story that I really want to tell. This was the reason why I chose Kingston illustration. At the beginning, I didn't learn to think critically. Most of the time in the feedback, I only listened and asked, what should I do or how should I do it? I didn't know how to try and I needed to be pushed by my tutors or someone else. In the tutorial, my professor told me that this is your work. We need you to tell us what you need to do. If you don't do anything, we can't support and help from our perspective. As a creative practitioner, I have come to realize the importance of being self-aware and reflective about my creative process. I shall be open to all the feedback and constantly evaluate and refine my approach of making art, building a strong creative stance with courage and a willingness to take a risk. Gradually, I found a balance among brand design, graphic design, and illustration. With the knowledge I have learned, the decisive way and different mediums help me have more creative method and laying the foundation for my future dream of becoming a commercial illustrator. In any case, all of them are indispensable, which shaped me now. The process of creation is not just painting or waiting for a moment of inspiration. Even though I'm full of fears of unknown and my mind is filled with various ideas and voices, I should try from multiple perspectives and repeatedly finding what I want to create and what the language of my art is. When creating a piece of work, I'd like to do a lot of reading during the creation. Only after gaining more knowledge can better refine the backstory of the work. There are various sources that I take, including my personal experience, nature, other artists, books, films, music, exhibition, and so on. No matter how many times I tried, just do it without any doubt. In the process of building a work, I would first think about the effect of the picture. Before that, I thought that illustration was just to show the story with the picture. When people asked me about the content of the work, I didn't know where to start. During the study of this course, I learned how to interpret the background story of the work and sort it out clearly by means of research, brainstorming, and mind map. Instead of solely focusing on the final outcome, I aim to develop my practice by experimenting with different workflows, setting goals, and reflecting on my creative process to see what works best for me. This helps me a lot to expand my repertoire and finding new ways to express the creative ideas. In the participation of workshop, there are many interesting media that can be used to enrich the content of my works. I like the uncertainty of lithography and monoprint, not just limited to painting, and the superposition of the outcome color after printing enriches the picture. During the gallery trip, I witnessed the artworks themselves, which was completely different from what I saw on the internet. In the gallery, I could observe the materials and painting strokes of the exhibits more closely, which was a brand new experience. For me, the biggest change of this course is that to be more bored in my creation. Before that, I thought digital painting could reduce the number of mistakes I made and reduce the burden of the workload, which made me dependent, but actually I should not be afraid of making mistakes. There is no right or wrong in painting. I changed the previous approach and present my pictures more by hand painting, which made my lines more flexible and different materials would produce different effects. Instead of the single and identical lines in computer drawing, which made me more aware of what I am good at and what I am not good at, what my personal style is, and what emotion I want to show to my audience. Inspired by mystery, I have created a series of projects that go beyond using only mysterious symbols, images, and visual effects based on research content itself. Instead, I have experimented with multiple perspectives to create new stories from my unique viewpoint. I have also learned to use composed materials to enhance my works. Although it requires a lot of time and effort, it makes the different elements within the same project more interesting in terms of textual efforts. Through continuous study, I complete a graphic novel about group memory, which has given me great insight into my future creation and made me more determined to become an illustrator of the picture books. Acquiring the ability to research and reflect has provided me more inspiration and a broader way of thinking in my creations. Additionally, through the connection between text and picture, I am able to tell stories in a more metaphorical and complex way. As a result of experiments and in-depth research during project processing. When I wholeheartedly invest myself into my work, I am able to establish a deeper connection with the audience. I am also interested in creating artworks based on my childhood life experience, using my social observation and feelings to gain a deeper understanding of physiological and spiritual concepts. This may evoke strong resonance and provided a new experience for the audience. In order to better present my artistic works, I intend to discover the commercial value, launch my works on online and offline platforms, and collaborate with more artists to continue to grow in my creative journey. I aspire to further develop my identity as an illustrator, where every moment of creation is a communication with myself, and each complete project gives me more confidence. This story is all about my graduate diploma and creative practice. Thank you and goodbye.